So in Daniel 9, when Gabriel told Daniel that it would be 70 Shabuah until the prophecy ended, that word has three different meanings. Shabuah can mean Shavuots. So he would be saying it would be 70 Shavuots until the end. Well, we know that's not it because that was 2017 and 1260 days before that has already passed. So the escape didn't happen. 1260 days before that, and the text tell us it does. So we know it's not 70 Shavuots, but it can also be 70 times 7. That's another definition of the word. But we know it's not 70 times 7 because that's 490 years, and that's longer than a generation. So that only leaves the third and final possibility, which is 70 plus 7 Shavuots, which ends in 2024. So that's the third definition of that word. Again, we talk about this in the Daniel 9 video and the Daniel 12 videos linked below. So this means that the destruction of the city and the flood must occur by 2024 if these are in fact the events in question. And the flood represents the asteroid impact. And we know that because in Revelation 18 it says, Babylon is destroyed by an angel throwing a great millstone into the sea. So we talk about this in the video Asteroid, When and Where. It's also linked below. Babylon the Great is the harlot riding the beast, so it says it will be destroyed by a stone that hits the sea. It's a great city riding the beast. And it's destroyed by a stone that hits the sea. And again, it's referring to our time right here. And it's the stone that hits the feet representing the time period, which is now. And Revelation 18 is telling us how. And it's saying it will occur by a tsunami. The stone will hit the sea. And then Jeremiah 51 confirms that. It says the sea has come up upon Babylon. She is covered with the multitude of the waves. So it's an asteroid that hits the sea that destroys Babylon by a tsunami, a huge tsunami. So when Daniel talks about the end of the war being caused by a flood, that may refer to the asteroid hitting the sea. So right here. And again, this asteroid impact, we're told, is the cause of the sun, moon, and stars going dark, right here in Revelation 9. And in Matthew 24, it tells us that occurs immediately after the tribulation, which we know is a 1260-day or year period. So here we are. The asteroid hits at the end of a 1260-day or year period, and afterward there's a 5-month period of torment. So again, you can watch the videos on that, on the 7 trumpets, because it's all straight out of the Bible. And this is the timeline. So 1260 days or years, asteroid impact, then 5 months of nuclear meltdown. And it may be even longer than 5. They're in torment for 5 months, but there may be an even longer length of time after this asteroid impact. We don't know. We just know the torment lasts for 5 months. Okay, so where does it fit in on this timeline? It says it hits at the end of a 1260-day or year period, of which there is one ending in 2014, 2015, or 2016. It's debatable. There are those who say that it is ending in 2014, and then there are those that say it's 2015, and there are those that say 2016. It's all based on the start of the papal reign. So some people say it started in 754, some say 755, and some say 756. So It's this 3-year period that is debated. And so the 2014, 2015, and 2016 are the 3 years that are the debatable end of that 1260 year period, which is just interesting because it lands right at the end of the 7 years right here, which is this completely different timeline. So it's pretty unbelievable. But this 1260 year possible period of tribulation is explained in the video, The Dragon, the Beast, and the Harem. So it tells us that the papal government during the Roman Empire was one of the phases of the harlot and the beast. So it may or may not be significant that the papal government began in 754. Right here. And these are some of the other timelines. Adam Clarke wrote in 1825 that the 1260 year period should commence in 755. But the donation of Pepin occurred in 754. And he also mentioned that 756 was a possibility as well. So that's what that stems from right there. And 1260 years from that would be right here, 2014, 2015, and 2016, which corresponds to the last 3 years of the 7 years that we're in right now. So just another synchronization of these events that seem to be warning about the years that we're in right now. So it says the asteroid's going to hit at the end of a 1260 year period. That's what it seems to be saying in Revelation 12. Well, Revelation 12 is saying, gives us the 1260 day timeline, saying there's 2 of them. There's the 1260 day year period and then a 1260 day period. And then in the other areas of the Bible, it says the asteroid impacts at the end of that 1260 day or year period. So, and it starts a war. So, the asteroid hits at the end of a 1260 day or year period that will hit the sea, causing waves to destroy Babylon. And Daniel says that the city will be destroyed in the midst of the 7 years, the end of which will be by a flood. And this desolation, we're told, starts a war. In the book of Daniel, it says the desolation will start a war. The desolation appears to be by a flood. The end thereof shall be with a flood. And it also starts a war. Right here. The people of the prince that shall come shall destroy the city. And the end thereof shall be with a flood. And until the end of the war, desolations are determined. So it seems to say a flood, then a war, or a war, then a flood. Either the end of the city is by a flood, or the end of the war is by a flood. Well, Revelation 9 seems to clarify it for us because it says that a war starts after the asteroid impact. The asteroid impact seems to be the cause of the flood because it hits the sea. So, right here it says the locust army came out and tormented those without the seal of God for 5 months. They're an army. They're coming out after the asteroid impact. And it also says later in Revelation 9 that an army comes out of the Euphrates, which is in the Middle East. And that's after the asteroid impact. So it does appear from Revelation 9 at least, and several other places actually throughout Revelation, it does appear that a war starts after the asteroid impact. And that occurs after the 1260 days or years. So a war starts after the 1260 day or year period, but it doesn't say how long that war lasts, only that they're in torment for 5 months, and ultimately the whole earth succumbs to the nuclear meltdown. So we talk about that in the video on hell, linked below. And the second segment of the bride will escape. It appears at the start of that war. So it says that the flood, in Revelation 12, it says that the flood occurs around the time that the woman escapes. Remember, the flood went after the woman, but the woman escaped. And that's at the start of a 1260 day period. And that is also when the dragon goes to make war with the remnant. So that does appear to be a flood at the start of a 1260 day war. Right there in Revelation 12. And that, like I said, it coincides with the end of this 1260 year period, which is what Revelation 12 also seems to be saying. So basically, this event could happen at any time right now. The asteroid and the escape. Because the sign of Revelation 12 also occurred in 2012, right here, just a couple of years ago. So it really could be any time. We don't know at this point. We can just see that it would have to occur 1260 days and 5 months prior to the cutoff in 2024. So basically, it has to occur at least 4 years before 2024, which is 2020. So at least by that time, but it could be any time. And if it doesn't occur by that time, then we would need to have a new restoration of Israel to start another timeline. And even then, the next sign of Revelation 12 won't occur for another 500 years. So we really are in the thick of it right now. And this is the rest of that's going on in this timeline right here. I mean, there's just a ton of things just all lining up here. And so it's really unbelievable, everything that's going on. So I just, Revelation 12, the chronology of Revelation 12 seems to confirm that the asteroid will impact at the end of a 1260 year period, starting a war lasting 1260 days. That's what it looks like as of now. So again, if you have any questions, there are tons of links below this video in the description box. If you just go down to the description and click on show more, it'll open up just a ton of links in here to the different videos that I have on the subject, and also an ebook format that has some of this material in it as well. And it's also on Amazon if you want to check that out. So if you appreciate this information, I hope that you'll consider supporting the work, because I can't do this without your help. So thank you to everybody who has been supportive of this. I hope you're all doing well, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.